Now here in this video, I'm going to help you out to get going with your codes. And the very first thing you're going to do is to set up your development environment. Actually, there's a second thing you need to do. The very first thing I'm going to show you that how you can download this code. As I have created a repository where I uploaded some of your Java codes. So here I have uploaded this particular course on your GitHub as a public repository. So you can download this particular code through your repository by using a link https://github.com Eduonix 2017. Under that, you get a repository with name GAE. So moving to this particular repository on my browser here, you can see I'm into my GitHub Eduonix 2017 and we will click on GAE now. So once you click on GAE, you can see here you get the Java repository. Then move into your Java and then you see Java program set 1, set 2 and set 3. So this is the set I have divided as per the videos we are going to use, as per the course we are going to follow. So download this GA repository. So for downloading this GA repository along with this code, you need to click on GAE. Once you click on GAE, on the right hand side corner, you can see there is an option clone or download button. So if you click on clone or download button, you can see it's showing you how you are going to download it. So I'm just going to download it as a zip file. Once you download it, you can see it is getting downloaded and this particular directory you get into a zip form. You can extract this particular directory and get this particular code. So you can use this code in our code. And in the next video, we are going to see how you can create a development environment to use this particular code and run it. So keep watching and get upgraded. Now here we are going to set up to our development environment. To get ready, you are going to need to install something if you don't already have them installed. The very first thing you are going to need is Java. And you are going to need Java JDK 1.8 or also known as Java 8. You probably already have it on your computer, but if you don't have it, you are going to need to download that now. And then next thing you are going to install is your Apache Maven. So here we will be installing Apache Maven 3.5, which is again a latest version. And then you are also going to install Eclipse. So you will download this Eclipse and then you are going to use it. So you do not have to use Eclipse when you are using Maven projects, but we strongly recommend it, as during this course, all the instructions are going to be assumed as you are going to use your Eclipse, and also recommended that you will use your Eclipse EE or EE because it comes with your built-in support for your Maven. If you already have the standard Eclipse installed, you can add this Maven M2E plugin to it. But really, I think you are going to have much better experience if you just use Eclipse EE. Some of the things in the Maven plugin for your Eclipse don't quite work right. Now, one thing you don't have to install is the Application Engine SDK. And this is because when you have Maven projects, you specify all the dependencies in the configuration file called as pom.xml or pom.xml. And it is the pom.xml which you are going to specify the version of your Application Engine SDK that you want to, and then the Maven will just download this Application Engine SDK for you. So if you need help installing any of this component, we will write a document for you to help guide you throughout the installation. And you can find this link to your document in the instructor notes for this particular video. So go ahead and install each of this, and in the next video we are coming up with, I'll take you briefly how we are going to install it, and then we are going to start with our project. What we need to do is we are going to deploy our Hello World project on your App Engine. So for that, what we need to do is we'll copy this command, Google Cloud config set project, paste it over here, and then this is your project ID which you need to define here. So where you will find the project ID? You you will find the project ID in the application where you have created it. So here we will move into your demo app, and here you can see these are the IDs which we have for our project. I'm going to deploy my application on my project ID demo project 1-17911. I'll just copy it and I will paste it out over here and hit enter. So you can see it has been updated your property with it. Next, what you need to do is we are going to deploy this app on your app engine. So just copy this and use it. I'm using it by using my Maven which I have already installed into my system. So Maven, App Engine, and we are going to deploy it. Same way, if you want to run this App Engine, you can even give the command App Engine and then run it out. So it will run your App Engine and then we can deploy the same. So it's been done. And now what we need to do is we are going to deploy the same. So I'll just give the command mvn app engine and deploy and hit enter. So it's starting scanning your project and then it will deploy the same here after running the application. So here you can see it has been downloaded and it has been deployed. Now what we are going to do, we'll see how we are going to access this particular application over the Google Cloud. So again, I'm back on my dock and here you can see there is a command gcloud app browser. We need to hit this particular command so that we can access to our application over the internet by using the URL http your project id appspot.com. So for that, I'll just give the command gcloud app browser, so automatically it will direct to you to your application on this particular URL. So just copy it and paste it out on your URL here. Once you hit enter, it will direct you to your application on https demo project 1. This is your project ID appspot.com. So this is how we can run and we can deploy the application on your Google Cloud. So in the next video, I'm coming up with your more videos and more features of your Google Cloud. So keep watching and get upgraded. Now here in this video, we are going to discuss about how we can create and deploy your application using your Eclipse. So in our previous video already we have seen how we can create an application or how we can use our existing application on your Google Cloud SDK and how we can deploy the same. So here I'm going to create a new application on your Eclipse and then we are going to deploy this application on your G Cloud. So let us see how we can do this. So for that, I have already downloaded an Eclipse. That is my latest version of your Luna Eclipse. That is 4.4. And here I'm going to use this Luna Eclipse 4.4 and I'm going to install your Google App Engine on it. So let us see how we can do it. So here is my Eclipse where I have already installed my Google App Engine plugin. So if you want to download this and install this plugin into your Eclipse, what you need to do is you need to move into your help, you need to move into your install new software, and here you need to define the site or you can see the URL from where you can download the plugin for this particular Eclipse. So if you want to search for the site or URL, you can Google out your Google App Engine plugin for your Eclipse and you can also define which Eclipse you are using right now. So I'm just going to use a Luna Eclipse. So I have the URL here. I'll move into this particular page and you can see to download this particular Eclipse, what you need to do is you need to copy this URL and just download it into your install available software over here. Once you have done with it, it will show you the complete URL along with the products it's containing. So I have already downloaded my Google plugins for your Eclipse and their SDKs. Once you have done with it, then you will be able to see this particular icon, that is my Google app icon over here, and you can do multiple tasks from here. So very first I'm going to create a new Google application here, or you can also create a new web application project. Click on this Google icon here and go for click new application project. Your project name, Eclipse app, okay, and package name I'm going to define that com.gae app. Okay, I'll just uncheck this one as we are going to run our default SDK here and finish it out. Once you've done with it, you'll be able to see the structure like this, where you have a var directory. Into var you have index.html. We need to run this index.html now. So by default you can see here you have a hello app engine. This is the body language we have, right? So same way, into your src folder you get Java servlet files. So here again you can see here into servlet file we get multiple things. Here you have just written a code where you're going to print hello world. Now what we need to do is I want to run this particular application locally. So for running this particular application locally, what you can do is you can move into your index.html. You can run it as your web application. So you can see it's running as of now. So you can see the dev app server is now running. And you can run this particular application on your local host on port number 8888. So I'll just copy this and I'm going to run it out. You can see it is running now. So your Hello App Engine project is running. So it's showing you the servlet page where generally it is displaying you this particular page here. And now if I want to run again our index.html, also automatically we can direct it to your page and we can run Eclipse. So you can see it is showing you the hello world here. Again I'm going to move back to my Eclipse here. So once you have done with it, what we are going to do is we are going to deploy this particular application over application engine on your Google Cloud. So for that, what we need to do is we need to move into your var, and we have a webnf file. These are the library files we have, and under that again we have Appengine web.xml. So this XML file we need to edit is we need to define the application where we are going to deploy the same. So for that again we are going to move into our application engine. So I'm just going to, either you can even check by using your appengine.com. So by default it will take you to this particular page where you can define your application engine. So even you can deploy it to this particular project which we have created, or you can create your own application engine over here. So for creating your own application engine, I'm just going to click on my application engine name and I'm going to add one more folder here. So I'm going to add Eclipse 1 and I'm going to create the same. And you can see you have a project ID with this particular name. If you want to edit it, you can even edit it. Okay, I'm going to use this particular project ID. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to create the same. We can switch to this particular project which we have created. So let it get created. We need to wait a while. But this ID is important, which we are going to use for deploying your application. So I'm just going to use this particular ID here. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it on over here. Done with it. Completed with that now. And now I want to deploy this. So for that, what I need to do is either you can go into your Google and you can click on deploy to App Engine. So it will authenticate you. Once you have done with it, it will allow you to access it. And you can see the Appengine web.xml has been modified and you want to save the changes, yes. and I'm going to deploy the same into a front end. So now you can see here the deployment is completed successfully, right? So that means your complete deployment has been done. You can see it's uploading 6 files that shows you the complete status of your deployment. And after the deployment is complete, we'll be moved back to your App Engine. So here in App Engine into our Eclipse 1, you can see here we got information about your Eclipse app 17 appspot.com. We can click on this particular app so that directly we can access it from anywhere. So from wherever you want to access any of your applications which you want to deploy from your cloud, you can access it through any of your console, through any of your machine. So as this application is available on the cloud now. So this is how generally we create our application, or we create a Google application, and how we can deploy it onto your Google Cloud. So into next video, I'm coming up with more features. So keep watching and get upgraded. So as we can see here, we have two environments, flexible environment and our standard environment. And we already discussed that we are going to work on your flexible environment. So I'm going to move into my flexible environment, and next I'm going to click on about the flexible environment. Now here you can see it's showing you the complete description, what we have already discussed into our previous videos. And here we are going to select Java 8. So I'm going to click on this button here. Once you click, it will direct you to a different page where it will show you what you are going to do with your Java flexible environment documentation. So very first, I'm going to deploy your first application. So for that, I'm just going to click on Quick Start, deploy your first app. Click on it. And then you move to your next page where it's asking you that how you're going to start with your flexible App Engine environment and what are the prerequisites you need to download and make your environment ready. So for that, I'm just going to start with my application engine. So for that, I need to click over here and we need to provide the credentials so that we can get login and we get the dashboard here. So what we can do is, very first it's asking you whether you can select your project or you can create a new project here. I'm going to create a new project by clicking on create here. So once you create, it will take you to a page where it's asking you for the project name. So I'm going to give the project name as Demo Project 1. And then I'm going to create it out. So it takes a little time to get created. So we have completed with our very first task that we have already moved into our App Engine through our Google Cloud platform. And next we are going to enable the billing area. So again, while creating your first app with Java, it's asking you in which particular region you are going to create this particular app. So I'm going to create it into your US Central and go for next. So we have already created our Demo Project 1, and now again I'm moving back to the page from where we are going to download all the prerequisites. So here the second step is to install your Git. So this Git is prerequisite because we have already some pre-created or pre-built application. We can use those particular applications and we can deploy on your cloud. So for downloading those particular applications, we need to download your Git and we need to connect to our Git repository and then we can use it. So here is the way how you can download your Git into your system. So as of now, I have already downloaded my Git, how to use and how to download your project that I'm going to show you later. So you can download this Git and install on your system. And the third step, what we need to do is we need to download the SDK. So click on this button so that it will direct you to the next page from where you can download your SDK. So again, this SDK tool is provided to you into different versions as well as for different operating systems. So here you can see it is asking you whether you have a Linux operating system, Debian, Ubuntu, Red Hat or CentOS, Mac OS or your Windows operating system. So as per the operating system you are using on your system, you can select the operating system and download your SDK package for it. So you can see for downloading your SDK package, the complete instructions is provided to you. So as of now I have Windows, so I'm just going to download the installer package of your Cloud SDK. So just click over here, it will get downloaded. So already I have downloaded it, and what we need to do is we need to install this SDK. So you can select whether you require for one user or you require for multiple users here. So I do require for single user, go for next and install it. So it's prompting me that already I have this particular SDK installed, so whether you want to use the same or you want to reinstall it. So what it will do, it will uninstall the previous product and then it will reinstall the new one. So I'm just going to click on yes. Until the time it's getting downloaded and it's getting installed to our system, I'm going to unpause, and once it is done, we'll be back here. So now you can see it has been installed. Go for next and finish it out. You can see here it is asking you for a cloud init. So automatically it is scripted, it gets run and the window will pop up in front of you. So it's asking you to reinitialize the configuration or you're going to create a new configuration. As of now, I have already downloaded it with my account, and this is my account, and it is also showing you the disabled usage reporting and the project I have selected. So it was the previous installation and previous configuration we had done. I want a new configuration. So for that, I'm just going to select 2 here. And this particular option of selecting your configuration will only come if you've already previously used your Google App Engine. So as of now, I'm going to use 2 for new configuration. So here it's asking you for the name to start with your lowercase and to contain only lowercase letters, A to Z cities, and your hyphen. So I'm just going to use a user one. It's selecting and connecting to your network here. So it's asking you which user login do you require. So you do require a new login, or you are going to use our existing account with your email ID which you have defined here. So I'm going to select the first one. Now I'm getting logged in with that. Now it's showing you which are the projects I have used here. So you can see which are the project I have created on my Appengine dashboard. The same project you will be able to see here. So these are my project which I have created, and the same project list I'm getting on my command line console. I'm going to select the project with name Demo Project 1, which we have created recently. So for selecting this project, we need to type 2 and hit enter. So you can see it is showing you currently you are in project Demo Project 1, and do you want to use the API for this particular project and enable it? So you can use yes. So I need to enable it over here, so I'm just going to use yes. So we are ready to go. What next we need to do? Again, this instruction is provided to you that after downloading this latest version of your Windows tool, you need to start your Cloud SDK shell. So for running it, you can give the command gcloud init. So it is initialized. Okay. So it's asking you whether you want to switch to the configuration which we were using. I'm going to use 3. So it's again connecting to our console here. Again, I'm going to get logged in with the same user, with the same API, project, and go for yes. So the next command what we need to check is how we are going to download your gcloud components. So for that, first we need to check our components which we have. So for that, I'll just give the command gcloud component list. So it will list me out all the components which is available with your Google Cloud. So your App Engine Go extensions, your Cloud Big Data command line tool, your Java, Alpha commands, each and every component which you can install is available over here. Also, it shows you the status, which are the components which are by default installed into your system and which are not installed. So right now you can see I'm using Java. So by default it is installed. But since if you want to install the same component, you can give the command gcloud install. That is a task which you need to do because I already have used my SDK over here and I already have installed it. Hence I'm getting this particular Appengine ID which is installed. It's a component which is installed. So you need to install this Appengine Java. So for that you will give the command in such a way and hit enter. So it will start installing your Java into your system. gcloud component. So till the time we need to wait here, and it will start with your different command line console from where you can download it. So before downloading it, it will ask you, or you can say it will prompt you for confirming for the downloads. So here you can see here it's showing me all components are up to date as we don't have any of your updates for this particular application. Same way if I want to download some other application, so again I'm going to check for components list. And suppose I want to install CVT. So same command I can keep for downloading this component. I'll just show you how we can download it. Install CVT and hit enter. So you can see as said it's prompted a new window here and you need to confirm for this download. So it's showing you it will download a cloud bigtable command line tool called as CVT for Windows. So whether you want the same package to be installed, you can confirm it by just providing yes. Once you have done with it, it will create your update staging area and will download the package and install it into your system. So you can see here it will updated the staging area. It has installed your bigtable command line tool, installing CVT, and the last step creating backup and activating new installation for this particular CVT on your Google Cloud. So after installing, it will perform some post-processing steps. For this, it's going to wait for a while. So you can see here it's showing you the update has been done. The post-process, what has to be done after installation has been again done. You can press any key to continue, where you can see this particular window get disappeared and you are back to the previous console. So this is how we have seen how we can install the two things. That is, very first we have seen how we can go to your app engine and create your application, and then how to download your SDK. The next we will see how we can use your Git to download your Hello World app. So keep watching and get upgraded. Now in this video, we are going to see how we can deploy your application using your Appengine Console. So already we have seen how we can deploy the application using your console, using your Eclipse, as well as using your gcloud SDK. Now here we are going to use a console which is available directly into your gcloud, or we can say your Google App Engine. So for that, I'm just going to move to our Google App Engine over here. So this is our Google App Engine dashboard, and into our previous video we have run this particular application which we have created by using your Eclipse. Now I'm going to move into my different application. That is my API project 1, or we can even create a new application using your console here. So if you want to create a new application using your console, you can even create it over here. So first we are going to see how we can create a new project here. So for creating a new project using your console, I'm just going to move into my command line console here, and next I'm going to define the command cloud init, gcloud init. So I'm going to initialize your Google Cloud here. I'm going to create a new configuration by clicking on 2, or we can reinitiate our existing configuration, that is 1. And again it will detect my ID, or you can say my account, and once your account has been detected, now it will ask you whether you want to create a new project or you are going to use an existing project. So there are several options you have. As we have 4 of the project available with us, you can see we have the same 4 project at both ends. Here I need to create a new project. So for that I'll just click File here. And then we need to define our new project ID, or you can say you can have new project name. So I'm going to define it as test1. Hit enter. And then we need to configure it by setting our project ID by using your cloud config. So I'm going to use gcloud config set project ID we need to define. So I'm going to define the project ID for the project test1 as test 2017. I'll just keep it into a small case here. And it has been updated well. What we need to do is we need to deploy this particular project, right? So I'm going to give the command mvn Appengine deploy. Okay. So now this is time to deploy this particular application which we have created. So for deploying this particular project, I'm going to give the command cloud app deploy. It is asking you for the confirmation. Once you click Y and hit enter, it will start deploying your application. And again, it's showing you one message like if you want to create your YAML file, you can also give the command gcloud beta app gen config. If you don't want to use your Python application, as it is not a Python application, just we are going to hit the enter over here. So we are back to our Google App Engine, and here you can see our test1 has been created. So I'll just move into our test1. And as said, I'm going to create our application and I'm going to deploy my application on test1 by using your Google Cloud Console shell over here. So here I'm going to move into my shell, and you can see here it is connecting to my shell machine as of now. So once it is connected, we will be able to give all the commands what is required. So very first, as I'm going to create, or we can say deploy an application. So in spite of creating an application and deploying it, I have my existing application available on our GitHub. So I'm just going to clone this particular application which is containing a Java program into Java program set1. And I'm going to use this particular application. So for that, I'm just going to clone it completely. I'm just going to copy this complete URL, how we are going to access to this Git repository. So here I'm going to move here and I'm going to give the command mkdir so that we are creating a directory where we are going to store our Git repository, or we can say a clone copy of our Git repository. So very first what we need to do is we are going to create a directory with name demo project. Okay, or we can say grid project. That will be much better. Git project, and hit enter. We will move into this Git project directory here, and once we are here, we can give the command git clone and just paste the complete URL which we have copied and hit enter. So we'll just give the command ls and we will be able to see our repositories copied here. I'll just move into your GAE, and here I need to move into our Java. Into Java again we have directory with name Java project set1. I'm into this directory now. So we have our POM file available over here. Very first command what we are going to do is we are going to give the command mvn install. That is, we are going to install our Maven because it is a Maven project. We have a pom.xml file available over here. Click enter. It will install the components required for it. So it's done now. Now what we need to do is we need to run our Maven Appengine, and we will just run it out so that we can have a look whether it is running and the application can be created and it is tested well. And we can open this particular application, or we can say our app server, over your web, which is again available into your app engine itself. So I'm just going to click over here. So no need to create your own particular machine. You can have everything over here. So you can see it is running your application. Your hello world is loaded onto your .daveshell.appspot.com as of now, and I'm going to create and upload this particular application. So for that, I'm just going to close this application here by using a Control-C. And next what we need to do is we are going to update this particular application or deploy this particular application. So for deploying this application, as said, we have the command I'll just give the command mvn app engine :deploy and hit enter. And you can see here it has been getting deployed. It's uploading your 10 of the files of your Google Cloud storage. Now we will wait for a while till it's getting completely uploaded here. And once it is uploaded, you will be able to see into your test. Now we'll move back to our app engine into test 1. Now you can see your application has been deployed here, and you can run your application from wherever you require. So this is how generally we can even deploy your application by using the shell which is provided into your Google Cloud App Engine. So in the next video, I'm coming up with more features of your G Cloud. So keep watching and get upgraded. So I'm going to continue where we have left off. So we have already left where generally we have installed our G Cloud. And next I'm going to move. Download your Hello World application. So for downloading, what you can do is you can directly copy this particular complete URL of your GitHub. Even though if you have not installed your GitHub, you can do the same. So copy this and paste it on your URL and hit enter. After you hit enter, you can see these are the complete applications which you have. So I'm just going to download the complete application. So for downloading it, click on clone or download and click on the download zip button. So you'll be able to download the complete application which has been provided to you by your Google. Open this directory once it has been downloaded. So you can see here it's been downloaded. We will move into the directory, and you can see here I've already installed this Java starter, or starter Java master. So we can extract it over here. Once you extract the same, by right clicking on it, send to comprehensive folder, or you can directly extract it over here. So you can find getting started Java master. So what you can do, you can extract it over here itself and just click on extract. It will start extracting the directory. Once you get the extracted directory, you will be able to see all the particular application which is pre-created by your Google. So here it has been extracted. As this window, you can move into your getting started Java master, and you can see number of applications created here. Right now we are going to use the application Appengine Standard Java 8, and into it we have a hello world. So this is the POM file. We can see as this particular project is a Maven based project, we'll be using a Maven. So by default, I have already installed a Maven into my system, and we have provided the home directory path to it. So for that, what we need to do is, we are going to move back to your command line console, where we are going to move into the directory where we have extracted our sample file. So here I need to move into your hello world servlet. So here we find our program hello world servlet over here. Well, move into it, and I'm just going to copy the same. So the complete path I have already downloaded. Now what we need to do is we need to move into your CD and the same path. Once we are into same path, what we can do, we can start using this particular application by hitting a command mvn jetty run explorer. So it will add your plugin to your web server using your Maven. So here it is installing the complete Maven or projects. So this is the package which are getting installed by just giving the command which we have defined, which we have just copied from our URL. Which was your Maven jetty run explorer. Once you have done with it, it will start running your Maven project, and you can get access to your project with your browser by using the URL ID as HTTP localhost port number 8080. Let us check and wait till it's getting downloaded completely and it starts running your project. So you can see it has started your Jetty server, and you are able to connect it onto your port number 8080. So let us try it. I'm just going to connect to my local host 8080, and you can see here it's showing you hello world flex servlet. So this is how you can run to your hello server application as well. So to terminate this server, you can press Ctrl C, so it will stop your server here. It's asking you whether you want to build this terminal successfully and create a batch of, so you can click on yes. Once you have done with it, you'll be able to move back to your Google Cloud application window or SDK directly and run the commands for it.